Hello, everyone. Hello, Ronald. Hello, Jay. And we got Alan and Brew checking in just for a couple of minutes here up in Winnipeg.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, guys.
It might be a little echoey, but we're here. Devil May Care.
You guys are having a blast up there.
Yeah, are you live right now?
We are live, yes.
All right. Where's Jay?
I just put the invite. I just put the link on the thing. Maybe he didn't get to it yet.
All right. Well, there he is. Oh, Jay's there. How's it going?
We have Jay Terrio here too.
Awesome.
Got Canadian Jay and Louisiana Jay.
Louisiana Jay. Well, we're in Winnipeg.
You guys are breaking up a lot. You don't have YouTube on, do you?
Probably because we don't know what's going on. We're just in here just to say hi from Winnipeg.
There's a lot of echoing.
Yeah, I knew there would be. Right. That's why we're just stopping in for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Glad you guys are having a great time.
So we're going to let you guys go. We just wanted to say hi and see you next Sunday.
All right.
All right. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Okay. Hello, Jay. And I'll call you Ronald and I'll call you Jay. How about that? Does that work?
Sure. How about Louisiana Jay and Canada Jay?
Louisiana Jay and Canada Jay. Okay. How's everything going down there and up there?
Fine.
I got the Phillies game on in the background. They're losing right now. What did you guys bring? Firestone, Steve-O. For some reason, the signal isn't real good. It's kind of jumpy.
Yeah, like you guys disappeared on mine again. I'm just getting green screens.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine on my end.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's hope it works out a little bit. I
I
brought Sam Adams, Breakaway Blonde.
Okay.
And
give me 1 second. I'm going to try to log off because everything's black on mine now. It's all green.
yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yep.
So
It's just us for the moment.
the Breakaway Blonde is a good one. I had it last year.
Yeah.
And this Steve-O is an unfiltered Pilsner. They call it a Keller Pilsner.
Okay.
You can see it's sort of milky gold.
Yeah.
And you have a golden ale, blonde ale.
Yeah. Now, this one that you have, you said it was a collaboration, right?
2 different breweries.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my single right now, but you're like stopping and starting and stopping and starting.
That's strange. It's strange because I could see you fine and there's no holdup.
Sorry, Jay, I lost my signal. It kicked me out.
Yeah, strange.
Okay. All right, I kind of off to a rough start here today.
And we had no trouble this morning.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Canada Jay to come back, if he can get back.
Yeah, he has internet problems often.
Yeah.
If he's using Wi-Fi, if you use Wi-Fi, that's a real problem. A lot of times it acts up.
Yeah. Well, I've been using Wi-Fi the whole time I've been doing these, and I haven't had very many problems so far.
Usually it's all right. But sometimes it'll get a little funny, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So the one you got, let me put you up on the big screen here. There you go.
So it's hazy gold.
Uh-huh.
It's unfiltered. It's 5.3% alcohol. You can see the bubbles if your signal's not messing up. it's a collaboration between Firestone Walker and Russian River, because both of those companies like Pilsners, and they like the unfiltered Keller. They call it Keller beer or land beer. It's kind of like a dirty, unfiltered German beer. And they both like that style. And so they found that they both made 5.3% Pilsners, and they combined the ingredients to make a single brand. They put it out sometimes. It's been off and on production for about 9 years. It's not too common. But they sent it to me. Thank you, Firestone Walker, for sending this to me. I didn't pay for it.
Nice. I remember you said somebody sent it to you, but I didn't realize it was the actual brewery.
Yeah, it's the
That's
brewery.
nice. Yeah.
It was.
All right. I'm still having a few problems on this end here, but we'll see if we can keep going.
Okay.
Jay, how about you? Canada, Jay.
Yep. I have today I have from Garrison Brewing out of Halifax, Nova Scotia, which is about 4 to 4.5 hours from me. It's 4.7% alcohol. It's a PP&J. It says it's a beer with natural raspberry flavors.
Okay.
And it says this legendary taproom original quickly became a staple of flightboards and growlers. So we put it in a can. Enjoy this mix of jammy raspberry with a smooth, nutty malt base.
We
When
get
you-
beers like that down here. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was ask you two guys when you're listening to each other talk. Does it sound normal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
I have to say on my end, everything's been perfect the whole time. I can only go by.
Okay.
There's been no disruption at all.
Okay. It's got to be a problem here on my end then.
Yeah,
But
I
go
had
ahead.
a problem here. It seems to be fixed now. So,
Yeah.
okay. Sure.
I was going to say we get some of those type of beers in Louisiana from time to time, peanut butter and jelly beers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is the first one I've ever had here. I just came up this year. I never had them in this area before.
Really?
So I was interested in picking it up. The aromas, you get strong raspberry aroma right off the bat. You get a little maltiness. You do get some kind of like a roasty, roasty nut aroma from it too. Looks good. The color's pretty good. Looks like jam. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, it's not bad at all. You do get right up as soon as the flavor hits you, it's you get maltiness. It's almost like it does almost like a wood fire burnt flavor. You do get some strawberry on the back end. It's not overpowering strawberry. It's more of a nutty burnt flavor, but it's pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad at all for a first one for PP&J. It tastes pretty good.
All right. Sounds
I've
good.
never had raspberry jelly, but I'd probably like it.
Yeah, I've had it a couple times. It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try to do mine if I don't get too distracted here. All right. Samuel Adams Breakaway Blonde, 4.7% ABV. Gets a 3.52 on Untapped with 8,000 ratings. And there it is. Nice and clean looking.
Yeah.
Good carbonation. Cheers.
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 It's pretty solid. It has a little extra malt in it, I think. So it has a little more body to it. Got a little bit of bitterness, but not a lot. Pretty good.
So how do how do you find Sam Adams beers, Wayne? And I'm sure Ronald gets them too. Do you, Jay?
The last one I had before this was the American Light, and I like that one a lot. I like the Boston Lager, but it's a little bit on the heavy side for drinking regularly.
No. Okay.
This one has a nice biscuity. It's light, but it has a lot of flavor. I actually bought this in bottles and cans. I bought a 6-pack of bottles for $11.49, and I bought a 12-pack of cans for $17.99. Just because I wanted to try both, and I'm looking for lighter summertime beers now.
Yeah.
I went into the beer store saying I don't really want any IPAs, and I don't usually do that.
No.
I wanted some light summertime beers.
Yeah, it's easier to drink lighter beers in the summer than heavy, weighed down beers.
This one has a really nice flavor. I really enjoy it. So I'll come back around with the scores, and my sound seems to be improving. So
Yeah, it could have just been some technical problems with your server.
yeah. Okay. Back to Louisiana J. There we go.
I tried to get on the internet a week ago and it wasn't working. And then the company told me, "Oh yeah, we were working on it."
Yeah.
I said, well,
Yeah.
didn't help me out for about an hour. Okay. He said they were working on the hub. I didn't know what that meant or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Some of their equipment. Maintenance. Okay. Anyway, this thing, and by the way, I love that Breakaway Blonde, and I gave it a very high score. This thing is has a red lemon, like they said on the website, kind of a lemony note. Pilsners tend to do that. The flavor, I don't know the price, so I don't know if it's a good value because I don't know what it costs, and you can only buy it at their tap rooms in California. So I couldn't really understand why the company sent me the product because I'm gonna do videos for people that most of whom can't get it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm not going to turn down free beer.
No.
Well, no.
Unless it's for local, I'll probably turn that down. It has kind of a funky taste, like you could tell it's unfiltered, like a dirty, you hate to say, but like a dirty martini, like a, like not super clean, but I don't mean dirty in a nasty, unsanitary way.
Yeah.
I think you know what I mean.
Some particulate matters in there but
Yeah.
they still taste good.
Yeah, and then when I did a blind taste test earlier this afternoon out in the backyard, I did this versus Werner's Gruner. You're probably familiar with Werner's Gruner.
I'm familiar with watching videos, but I've never gotten to try it.
Okay, that's from Germany.
Because it's sold at Aldi's, and our Aldi's don't sell beer here. So,
Ooh. So I held the Werner's Gruner up to the light, and it's clear, but you can see particulate floating through, so it's not as clear as you might think. And that one's from Germany, and this one's from California. And I was guessing that the IBUs on both of those were around 28 to 31, but they're actually, this one is a 35 bitterness units, and I have some unofficial information that Werner's Gruner is 35, but I have no official information. Now, the body is a little heavy on this. I would say high medium. At 5.3, it's more like a malt liquor Pilsner.
yeah.
Which is what it is. And it's got that bitterness. It's got probably 4 out of 5 hop cones. Even though it's 35, not 100, it just comes across pretty bitter. It's got a lot of crackeriness and breadiness and that lemon, which it does not contain any lemon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to come from the hops and the malt. It does not contain any kind of flavoring. Finishes mostly dry. It has a great flavor. When I was in the backyard, I did scores. The Werner's Gruner scored a 9.3, and this one was 9.6. As I'm tasting it now, I'm going to go down the middle and say 9.5.
Okay.
Still a great score. But like I said, the Wernesgrüner I can get at Aldi in a bigger can. This is 16 ounces. The Wernesgrüner is 16.9 ounces,
Right.
or 500 milliliters. 500 milliliters. And the Wernesgrüner is $5.99 for the 4-pack. $5.99.
That's
for
a
the
good
4-pack.
price. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to take that into account. I seriously doubt this will be anywhere close to $5.99 for a 4-pack. Probably more like,
at least twice that much, maybe.
yeah, probably like $15.99 or worse.
Yeah.
So, but this is not about Wernesgrüner today.
Right.
I can give you a score now or wait.
I guess we can come back around again.
Okay, it's very rich and it's sort of chewy. I'll say that too. But, you know, I like rich and chewy beers. What the heck? Wouldn't want to drink them constantly.
Once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, not constantly.
All right. Jay?
Back again.
Canada Jay.
Yes, Canada. No, for what the beer is, this type of beer, I enjoy it. To me, it's kind of more like just from the flavors from it, it's more like a fall beer kind of be, a lot like a summer beer. Just because of the roastiness of it kind of overpowers the strawberry and stuff, but it's still really good. There's quite a bit of maltiness to it, but it's like I said, it's, to me, I'd rather have this beer in the fall than spring or summer.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you get like a really strong smoky roastiness to it. It's to me, it's really good, but like I said, for an everyday beer, would I sit down and drink 3 or 4 of these in a night or something? No. But it's not too bad. At 4%, you don't get any alcohol, nothing like that. Maybe it'd be different if it was on tap or something, because I know they say it's on tap in Halifax.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes much difference, but overall, it's a pretty good beer. So I guess we're coming back around with the scores. I'll give you my score when you come back around again.
Okay.
One thing I noticed that when you were talking, I was looking at their website, and they don't have it listed on their website, which is peculiar, you know.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's supposed to be a seasonal thing with them. It was on the website and they took it off. I don't know why. It just appeared here in Nova Scotia, in my area, probably about 4 weeks ago.
Okay. Oh, I went to Nova Scotia once on a road trip 25 years ago.
I'll be back in a second.
And we went to a town called Truro.
Okay, that's not too far from me either.
Yeah, we took a ferry from Prince Edward Island.
So how'd you find
that
Truro?
You know that ferry I'm talking about?
Yes, I do, yeah.
I think it lands at a town called Picton or something like that.
Yeah, Pictou, I think it is.
Pictou?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. It was so long ago. And then we drove down to Truro, went to eat at a restaurant, and then went west back to New Brunswick. So it was a very interesting trip.
Yeah. So how'd you find the prices of beer compared to where you're at when you did make the trip here?
Well, when I went to Canada in 2000,
okay.
I didn't really shop for. I was with my grandmother and another elderly person, and we didn't really shop for beer, so I didn't find the prices at all. Now, when I went before that, in the late 90s, I didn't find the prices were too bad, but that could have changed a lot in all of those years, you know.
Yeah.
At the time, it wasn't a problem.
No.
I remember my grandmother, she was drinking Murphy's Stout on draft when we went to Quebec. Murphy's, our stout. But if I went to Canada now and saw the prices, maybe I'd be appalled. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would be. Well, here where I'm from in Sydney, the prices are pretty much the highest in Canada anywhere.
Oh.
Like what we call a cheap pack of beer here, I can only get like a 15-pack of Busch Light for $33.
Oh. And I can get a 30-pack. I can get 30 packs here of a similar product for $19.99.
Oh, geez.
30-pack.
If I want a 30-pack of something like Miller Lite, it costs $65.
That's criminal. That's criminal.
It is, yeah.
It really is. All right. This one here, I really like it. The Breakaway Blonde. Getting kind of like a little, maybe tangerine in the aftertaste. Very light.
Okay.
Kind of gives it a nice upbeat flavor. Now I have a can. I'm going to have a second one, but I won't drink the whole thing on the video. Try to just compare a little bit the bottle to the can. There's probably no difference.
I wish we can get those beers here where I'm from, the Sam Adams. I like to try them on the. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all pretty good. I think they do a good job. You got a nice head on it. Very nice visual beer.
Yeah.
It's funny that we've been. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go.
No, it's kind of comical that we've been hearing about all the tariffs and trouble and trade and everything. But I was saying to myself earlier before this video, I was saying it's funny because we never got any Canadian beers anyway before all of this. I mean, we never would get anything, and they can't get our stuff.
Yeah.
So what's
We really
changed?
don't get
I
any
mean,
American beer there either.
common American beers, and they're right across the border, and they can't get it. And then all their common beers, we can't get.
Well, the common beers from like Bud and those in Canada, they're brewing them in Canada anyway.
I know that, but I mean, like, let's look at a brand like there's one called Kokanee. Never seen that. They've got a brand called Standard. I think it's called Standard Lager. Never seen that. Never seen any of the Molson ales or any of the Labatt ales.
Yeah,
We'll get a handful. We'll get a handful of Canadian beers here, there. I mean, hell, we get more beers from Mexico. It should be equal, I think. I don't know. I should run this. I need to run the whole show. When I get off of this, Wayne, I'm taking over. I'm sorry. I got to do it. I'm staging a coup.
If you take over, how about sending some our way too?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to stage a coup. I'm just kidding, government. But if I did, you would notice all kind of trade restrictions would suddenly drop. But anyway, all right.
Yeah. We would you would eliminate all tariffs, so everyone had free trade, right?
It would be all tariffs, but it wouldn't be like the old days where we have a 15% tariff on your butter and you have a 300% tariff on ours. No. It's going to be none on either.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Zero going both ways.
Right. It's got to work both ways. It can't be a one-way thing. Anyway.
Right.
No.
Well, I think that's what Trump is trying to get at. He's trying to get Canada to get rid of their tariffs by putting tariffs on them and putting pressure on them.
Right. That's the whole point. Because I was reading about these articles about before 2025, and it was like I'm saying, 15% on like butter, but going into Canada, American butter was like 300%.
Yeah.
And their argument was, well, we have to protect our farmers. Okay, so his argument is, okay, we have to protect our consumers. So let's see who. It's like playing a game of chicken, Let's see who turns off the road first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But his attitude is, we got a way bigger car, so you don't want to wreck into us. I don't know. It's an aggressive approach, but I don't know. I think 300% tariff is pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
I think that's on lumber too, not just dairy, lumber. And
I was just giving an example.
Yeah.
Just an example.
Sorry. All right. I guess we'll go through and give scores now. There you go.
Yeah. And so that whole argument really was that if they didn't have the high tariffs, that they would just be absorbed by the United States by just like force of gravity,
Yeah.
But anyway, what can we do? We can give a score. I'm going to give it a 95. It's great. Would I want to pay $16 for a 4-pack? No. I don't like these prices these days. They are outrageous for beers that are really more just common tasting.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the most amazing thing? No. I've tasted Pilsner. You tasted Pilsner. Jay in Canada's tasted Pilsner.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, some of these things that claim to be a Pilsner are not, like Labatt Blue. No, not a Pilsner. Miller Lite, give me a break. But for a true Pilsner, it's really nice. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay $5.99, honestly, for a 500 milliliter. But I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Okay. That's a good score. It's good beer.
Great.
9.5, you call that great, right?
Most excellent.
Yeah. And above 100 is world class.
Which you never run into world class. I mean, you could try 1,000 beers, you might run across one world class.
Yeah.
You'll run across a lot of most excellent. And that's because a lot of brewers make great beers. It's rare to find outstanding, which to me is 98, 99, 100.
Mm-hmm.
It happens,
Yeah.
but it doesn't happen too much to me.
Yeah.
All right. Canada J.
Here we go. There is again before we go. Yeah, it's a good beer, but like I said, at $5 a can. But I go out and rush out and buy a few to have in the fridge just to drink here and there. Not really. On a special occasion, maybe like around Christmas time or something, or the fall, I grab a can just have in the back of the fridge. But for $5, for 4.7, you don't really get much jam. So it's a PP&J beer, but you really it's mostly just like a smoky, nutty flavor. I'd probably give it an 8.5.
Mm.
Okay. The solid B.
Good, but not great.
No, it's good, but not great. It's drinkable. Like I said, I'd buy it again just to have it in the back of the fridge, but just to go and just for the sake of buying one to drink, no, I wouldn't pay $5 for a can anymore. No.
Okay. All right. This breakaway blonde, I'm finding it very enjoyable. It's got a very nice flavor to it. I'm glad I bought extra of it, and I'll probably buy it again. I'll probably give it a 93 out of 100.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
sure.
think that's what I gave it.
It's solid. I wouldn't call it great, but it's just on the border of great.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Does anyone else have anything else?
I was going to say Samuel Adams Boston Beer Company. They kind of like that. They'll make a bunch of okay beers that are good, very good, and then they'll put in a few every now and then, like the Breakaway Blonde that's elevated.
Yeah. This is a limited release. I didn't mention that. Here's the box it came in. Limited release. So I guess it's just out for a few months of the year, I guess.
Yeah. And then you might not see it. You might not see it for 12 years all of a sudden, you know.
For 12 years or 12 months?
No, I mean for 12 years. Like they do that off, you know, Samuel Adams, they'll put out a beer and then you don't see it for a long time. And then it'll show up again and it'll disappear again. And so.
Well, I hope it doesn't disappear for that long this time.
I hope not. I hope it doesn't disappear at all.
Yeah, they should probably keep it year round.
Yeah.
Now, don't mean to interrupt you guys, but how do you find the Sam Adams when you have the Oktoberfest beers? I've seen a couple reviews that you guys did, but
it's well made. It's a nice one. It's a little different, but it's nice.
What, the Sam Adams Oktoberfest?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think it's the best one that I can get around here, but it's not bad.
Not the best, but it's.
They have a cherry wheat beer. I haven't tried that one. I've been looking at it. Maybe I'll do that one next.
That one's a little more questionable.
A little more questionable?
My neighbor across the street said, "Oh, don't bring me that one anymore." And then I thought it tasted kind of cough medicine-ish. I didn't hate it. And my scores were okay. But I wouldn't want to drink it again. I don't know. That's an odd product. Maybe they've revised it, or something. I don't know. It's not terrible.
Well, I'll try a 6-pack of it and see how it goes.
Hey, at least it's not bland.
Yeah.
My problem with Samuel Adams is a lot of times they make just so many bland beers. It's like Here's another bland beer.
Well, if you get a chance to try their American Light, I thought that was really good for a light beer. So,
I would like to try it. I haven't seen it.
I did see it in big cans here too. I could buy a single, but I had already bought a 12-pack of that before. So,
And now there's a Blue Moon Extra,
what extra alcohol in it?
8%.
I'm not a big fan of Blue Moon anyway, so I don't even know if I want to try it.
I'm not a big
The only-
fan of it either, but I figure 8%. What the heck,
Yeah, you got to get
I
a
only can
review
get
on
to
it.
the Blue Moon here, and I wasn't a fan of it either.
You know what? I don't like wheat beers.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I
of
would
wheat
agree
beer.
with that.
I don't care who's making them. They're not really very good to me,
No.
but I try to give them a fair score. I try to be fair. It just tastes like you're drinking
Mhm.
bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to eat bread.
hmm
Well, bread is one of my favorite things, actually. Bagels.
But I like it in solid form. I don't really like it in liquid form.
Yeah.
No, it's just like for me, the Blue Moon is just like taking an empty yeast pack and dumping it in some water and trying to drink that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they overdo the spices on it to try to jazz it up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm not a fan either.
Makes it worse.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But on the other hand, there are other people who just love wheat beers, all day long.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Sure. Well, if they love it, they can drink it all day long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I guess that's going to do it. We're going to wrap it up.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody
I'm sorry you had those problems earlier. Did they kind of go away?
They're still there a little bit, but they're not. It's not so bad that I can't understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh,
Kind
man.
of choppy. It's kind of choppy.
And the only trouble I'm having on my end now is you guys are both green again. I don't know what's going on here either.
That's bizarre. Okay. Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. It's been fun.
Yes. Have a good rest of your day, evening.
You
You
too.
too.
Take care up there.
All right.
You too. Thank you.
I'll be doing this again next week if you guys want to join in.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. We'll see you next week, Wayne. Cheers.
All right. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Cheers, Jay.
Bye-bye. Cheers to you,
Yep.
Canada J, Nova Scotia J.
See ya.